Okay, here we are, everyone. Here we are. It is Casual Fridays, Facebook Live. Damon Frank coming at you here today. Excited to see all of you. Very excited to see all of you. I have not seen you guys for a while. I took a couple of weeks off, which was a huge mistake, which I should not have done. Let me try to see if I can just even this out here a little bit. And I should not have taken a few weeks off, but I did. I broke my own rules. Do you ever do that as business people? Hey, Monica, good to see you. How you doing? Really good to see you. You know, I have a couple things that I do with Casual Fridays here. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Some things that I like to do with this episode of Casual Friday is I just kind of talk about things that I learned this week. And I found this is one of my best Facebook Lives that I do, when I just actually talk about things that are going on in Damon Frank's orbit for the week in business. And I try to draw some kind of lessons from it. You know, I always say casual conversation, casual close in a casual environment. That's Casual Fridays. So what I try to do is just kind of shed some light on what actually happened this week. This is kind of bugging me. It's a little, it seems like it's a little uneven. Is it bugging you? Okay, that's much better there. A little bit better there. So I try to kind of talk about what happened this week, what I learned, what I did, what business lessons I learned. And this was a good week for business lessons. Let me tell you that, my friends. Let me tell you that. It was a very good week for business lessons because I learned a ton of stuff. Some stuff I already knew. It just reinforced some stuff that I already knew. But let me kind of go down the week here. So I had a brand that I've been working with for a while. Kind of have to make a lot of hard decisions. I don't know if you've ever been in a business that's like that, where the old business model changed and there was no action taken, and they knew it wasn't going to go well. And they just thought, well, it's going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change. Bad plan, bad thinking, bad communication, all of the bads. And this had been going on with this particular thing for a couple of several months, actually. And no change. And then it all hit the fan. It all hit the fan this week, right? And it started with text messages on the weekend, and then it escalated and got more and more and more kind of drama filled. And that's one of the things that I want to kind of talk about tonight is knowing how and when to let go. Do you know how and when to let go in business? And this has been a very hard lesson for me to learn over the years because, you know, you have this mentality of like, well, I've done so much. Look at all these hours. Look at all this money that I've worked. Look at all this time that I've invested in. And you know what? And it's not working. And, you know, it's all falling apart. And I just got to hold on. And if I hold on, what's going to end up happening is things are going to somehow turn around. And this is what I lock onto as bad business think, right? People thinking that their effort is somehow going to change their business strategy. And this happens a lot in business. And I see this, you know, in my consulting business, when people come to me and they think, if only I could put out 10 more posts a day, then the company's somehow going to turn around. But really what's going on is it's a bad plan, or bad people, or bad timing, or bad pricing, or a bad product, right? And people just hold on. You know, if only this happens, then it's going to turn around. But really at its core, it's not going to turn around, right? It's not going to turn around. And the best thing that you can do is kind of let go and accept, hey, you know what? This didn't work, and we're going to change different directions, and we're going to go full steam. But then just kind of bringing it back. I was telling a buddy of mine the other night, there's this great Robert De Niro movie called The Mission. where he has to carry around this armor, and it's attached to him, and he's dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, and he's trying to go up the hill, and finally the people that he's with cut it off and say no more. You don't have to drag the armor anymore. And that's actually, a lot of times what I do as a consultant, I find, is that I'm telling them, hey, it's okay to let go of this. It's all right to let go. It's okay to step back and to be able to say, hey, I tried, but this didn't work. And now I need to try to do something new, right? So hard lessons, very, 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 very hard lesson to learn. And so there was a lot of that this week. There was a lot of that. And, one of the things that I try to do is be really, when all these things going down, typically what happens is there's a blame game. There's like, something's going to happen and people are going to say, yeah, but if only we would have done this last August, everything would have been different, right? But in reality, that's just not the case. It was flawed to begin with. So, what I want to kind of talk about tonight is how to identify bad thinking and how to let go of it early on, right? How do you do that? How do you do that as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, as a marketer? One of the things that I look at is, does the standard premise work, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, hey, does the standard premise of what I'm doing, excuse me, is it still valid? Is it valid? Is it something that is going to stand the test of time? Am I able to put in $1 and get $3 out? And is the problem that I just need to put in more dollars, or is the problem that I need to put in more effort to be able to put $1 in and get $5 out? What is actually the problem? To be really able to identify what the problem is. And a lot of times people won't stop to do that. They just go right on to the next action. Next action, next action, next action. I don't know, Monica, if you've ever had this experience with the business that you've been involved in, but people will not stop and say, okay, what's actually really going on here? What is the actual problem that's happening? Do people not like the product? Do people like the product, but we're selling it the wrong way? Is the problem that most people don't know about the product, which is, what I deal with a lot is awareness, how to create more awareness. What is actually the problem, right? What happens is they usually stumble upon or know the problem very, 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 very quickly. And what happens, they kind of know the problem. We know the problem, but we don't want to face it. So we just ignore that and we try to pivot into something else. Well, only if we do this, it's going to turn around. But really, at the core, there's a problem, right? There's a problem. So what I like to try to do is just right off the bat, identify the problem. That was a lot this week, is we'd already identified the problem, but then it was the not acting on those problems, right? One of the things that I've learned from really great entrepreneurs that I've worked with, and I've worked with some people and been involved in companies that have just grown, hundreds of millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions of dollars have been generated. And one of the things that they do, unlike other people, is they try to fix it. They try to identify the problem. But when they realize that they can't, and when they realize that they have a bad combination of people, or or the product isn't what it should be, or the strategy is not what it should be, they have self-realization that they could just say, hey, you know what? This isn't where I should be. And they literally can just detach. And a lot of those people get a lot of grief for that. People will be really angry at them for admitting that it's not working. I mean, I have seen this actually in meetings where executives have basically said, we've tried this, we've tried this, we've tried this, and I think the general premise is bad, and I think we just need to admit that we made a wrong turn, and here we are. And what are we going to do, right? We have to either stop doing this and we have to do something else. So what are we going to do, right? And those people are often criticized, or often says, wow, how could you drop that so quick? Because they know inside of them, they have the emotional intelligence to know that they can't fix it. And this is a huge thing. And maybe this is a spiritual thing too. I've found is that this acceptance that, you know what, I'm really not going to be able to fix this. And I have to just accept that that's the fact. And I need to move on to the next thing, or I need to move on to a different strategy. This is really the key. And this is how this week played out. You know, it's funny though, because I've been through this, and I've been through this with businesses that I've owned, and it's just chaos, right? It's just absolute chaos. And then all of a sudden, after everybody lets go and after everybody checks out, there's a serenity and calm. And then there's the self-realization with the people who didn't want to let go. Hey, that wasn't working. That's insanity. That's crazy. We were just going around in a circle. So, you know, I'd love to hear from you guys. What's your experience with that? Do you have an experience where you've been on teams of people that don't have the self-realization, or have you been in a position where you don't have the self-realization, self-awareness? I should actually say realization is probably not the right thing, but the self-awareness to be able to say, hey, you know what, this just isn't working. I need to move on. I need to change the strategy here. I'd like to hear from you from that. You know, comment definitely below. If you guys are seeing this on the replay, definitely comment. I'll go through and look at stuff. So a lot of that happened this week. A lot of drama, a lot of stuff. And it was primarily around one or two items that we needed to execute that literally everybody felt they've been doing it this way for 10 years. Why would they change? But it's obviously not working. And then once it changed, whimper. No one noticed anything. It just ran smoothly, right? So it's funny how this always works. I see this over and over and over again. And you get used to kind of not attaching to the drama of that. So that's what happened with that. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, here's one. The waiting game. Man, I got to tell you, I'm looking at my phone right now because I'm waiting for a text, because I think I'm going to get a text here shortly from somebody I'm waiting for a call. I did a big deal about 2 months ago. And this deal took me about, 2.5 months to do. It was a big deal. It's a really big celebrity product line. And we're waiting. We're in the waiting game. And I have to tell you, I'm like losing my mind on the waiting game. I hate the waiting game. I try to kind of ignore it now. And I noticed with this particular thing, I'm waiting on other people. And our partner actually in this is actually got what they needed done. And now we're actually waiting on the retailer to list the stuff. And I have to tell you, like, people are losing their damn mind because this thing is not listed. And I want it to be listed. I'm upset. Hey, Norma, what's going on? Good to see you. I am just like losing my mind that this thing hasn't been listed. Other people that I'm partnered with are losing their mind. And I don't want to wait. I just feel that, well, this should have happened already, you know? So what is it? Is it the partners that I have? And I know they're all really great, so I'm not really bagging on them. I think they're great. Everybody did their job. But now I have to rely on other people, right? And if you're an entrepreneur, I don't know, Norma, if you ever have this situation happen to you, where you're an entrepreneur, you're probably a control freak anyway, right? Because you don't want to work for anyone else. Because you don't want to be told what to do. You want to do it the way that you want to do it, right? And so waiting on other people, oh my God, lose my mind, right? So I've learned this week to apply patience. Patience. Have to be patient. Have to be patient. Have to be able to say, okay, you know what? This isn't happening the way that I want it to happen as fast as I want it to happen right now. You know, and people get, can I let go of that right now and then just do the work anyway, hoping that this thing's going to turn out okay, right? So there was a lot of that this week. And Norma, if you guys are just joining us here, got a few people that are on. We're talking about my week, actually, the things that I learned. When things implode, letting go was the first topic. How do you know when it's time to let go? And who are those people that let go? And who are the people who do it effectively? And then the second topic we're talking about is the waiting game, which you just jumped in on. Cannot handle that. Okay, so I've been learning though to be a little bit more mature about this and grow a little bit on this. And what I do now is I kind of ignore it. I say, okay, look, I'm going to wait until this period of time, and I'm not going to say anything to anyone. I'm going to allow the universe to catch up or to do it when it was going to happen anyway, because it's not in my control, and I've done everything else, and it's no longer in my control, and I have to let go of this, and I have to let it go. Now I know what's going to happen. I'm going to wake up one day, and all of a sudden I'm going to see 5,000 Google alerts, and bang, it's going to happen. And this has been my experience, and typically it's at the perfect time. And it's just that letting go of that, man, it kind of comes into the first topic. I guess this week was about letting go. I guess that was the week about, it was about letting go. So I guess it all kind of ties in to just acceptance and letting go. How do I let go and accept that things are going to be okay and that things are going to be able to work out? And when they're not going to work out, and I know that, and I've identified that I can't change it, and it's not going to go anywhere, how do I step out, right? So I think that was kind of the big week lesson. What else happened this week? On the digital marketing front, a lot of really, really cool stuff. So on the digital marketing stuff, I have to tell you, funnels work. I had a project that we've been working on for a client that I've had for a long time. It started to list on all the retailers this week. A lot of fun, and things just started to happen rapidly. So we did a giveaway. And I kicked in this funnel that I had created it's called a giveaway framework, where I link Facebook ads and giveaway sites and a landing page and video and the whole thing. It's something that I have kind of put my own little twist on. And I got to tell you, this thing flew, man. I literally put it out. I think we were getting every $3 or so. We got, 70 people were coming in. Just like we didn't even spend any money. It was like 32 cents or something, 70 cents we put up, and boom, we just got slammed with people. And then it slowed down and then started again. So, what I'm hoping off this funnel is that I'll get 5,000 to 10,000 people off this funnel for a very, very small engagement of ad investment. So that's what happened this week. That was good. And I love it when good things come together, right? This is like a really good product. It's a really good thing, and it all kind of comes together. Let's see. We have a little comment here. Norma says, funny you should mention this. We just had condo election, and finally when we said, que sera, sera, boom, spark happened, and the people won my condo elections for the board of directors. Right on. Congratulations. Right on. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I think the universe is just waiting for us to let go. And once we let go, then it happens, right? One of the things that I learned that's been a revolving thing for me for a year, and I'm all about now making things go 1% faster, right? 1% better. How can I improve this 1% this month? 1%, a quarter of a percent this week, right? How can I just perfect something just a little bit more? And if you've ever seen this movie, Gerald Love Sushi, amazing movie. It's on Netflix for free. Really good. It's all about the sushi maker who really focuses directly and intently on being the best sushi chef in the world. And it's like $350 to have lunch at his 10-bar stool thing in some mall somewhere in Japan. And it's amazing. It's really amazing. It's his story of perfection, of just making it a little better, a little better, a little better. And, and what I've learned this week is that when I let go of the outcome and I focus primarily on what actually I need to do, what do I need to deliver? What do I need to do? What do I need to say? Where do I need to be present right now? Where do I need to execute? Things work out just great. It's when I say, well, I could have done this. I should have done this. What if I did this? And then all of my mental energy is wrapped up in trying to make that work, is trying to figure that out. When that's already been figured out, I've already done the work for that. I've already invested in that. What I need to do is execute more, right? So a lot of this week was about just pure execution. I think I did a pretty good job with that. Lot of stuff done for a client. Picked up a new client, really thrilled about that. That's going to go really well. So what did you guys learn this week? I guess if I was going to wrap it all up, it's know when to let go and just do the work, right? I think if I was going to encapsulate this week in Casual Fridays, that is what I learned. So what did you learn? I want to know in the comments below what you learned. Also, I want to let you know that I've got a bunch of free resources on damonfrank.com. Just go to damonfrank.com, and I've got this really great resource called Brand Rescue. If you haven't downloaded that, download it. It's a free little ebook. Great. Really kind of helps you rescue your brand if you feel that you have really bad brand positioning or you feel that you're not getting out there. Check out Brand Rescue at damonfrank.com. Hope you guys all had a great week. And I want to hear from you. I got a lot of like instant messages this week and stuff, which was great. Kind of wondering where I was at. I am back. I am going to be back. I was traveling for a little bit. That's no excuse. I made a commitment to do a bunch of Facebook Lives this year, and I was really kicking butt in January and February. Honestly, I blew it. I blew it for you guys. I absolutely blew it, and I apologize for that. But I'm back now. And I'm going to start doing these a lot more starting now. And I was really excited to connect with a lot of you guys here. And, please go to damonfrank.com. You can always send me a message. Also, like this page. You can also like me at LinkedIn. Just put in Damon Frank. Boom, I will come up. Got a huge network there. Instagram at Get Me Damon Frank. Same here on Facebook. So make sure to like the page. Hope you guys had a great week. Cannot wait to speak with you guys next week. Going to be going over a lot of digital marketing stuff. Going to be going over some strategy next week. So make sure to like the page because I'm going to give away some free stuff that's going to rock your world next week. It's going to rock your world. And if you guys want to hear more about that giveaway thing too, I think I maybe should show some analytics on that. Kind of show what's happening. I think people would like that. I think if you have a product business, this is like a no-brainer. A no-brainer. If you don't have an email list or you don't have a Facebook retarget list and you need one, giveaway framework, rock star. You could just actually get it really, really quickly, build a huge list really quickly. All right, guys. Hope everyone has a great week. I am looking forward to talking with you soon and also looking forward to responding back on all the comments here. Okay, have a good night.